So, Ryan, what did you think about today's match?
Yeah, well, I think first and foremost, what a spectacle for local grassroots football. 4-4 in a cup final, extra time and penalties is, for a neutral, it's an unbelievable game. I don't think I've certainly not been part of it, and a lot of the lads have said, even supporters have said, they've never seen a football game like it. I think the chairman of the league, he said it's the best Cookson Cup he's seen in his involvement. And I just want to say huge thanks to the supporters of Penn and obviously Kimmel as well, and the neutrals for making it such a special occasion. Huge volume, over 500 and something I think they said was the official attendance for a 4th Division Cup final. That's absolutely incredible, especially with limited parking in regards to the extravaganza and the venue. But no, yeah, we worked hard Thursday on certain aspects of the game and how we wanted to play and how we were going to approach it. First 10-15 I didn't think we were particularly great. Kimmel Bay could have probably scored one, and then we get the goal. Ad Hold, he's been on fire all season, and we follow up with another pretty soon after, and it's an unbelievable finish right into the top corner. When he hits them, they stay hit, and it was an unbelievable goal. We went in 2-0 half time. Obviously 2-0 I think is probably the worst scoreline you can have, in my opinion, in terms of a lead. But we just said, look, we need to build on this at half time. We need to go out there, get a third, just try and see the game out and play with intensity and passion and drive and desire, celebrate every tackle, celebrate every throw in, everything. And yeah, we came out second half and the game plan worked exactly how it was. They changed shape a little bit to a 4-back 4-3-3, and a great ball through from Hobbo over the top. Defenders missed it, but Harley, who was absolutely incredible all game, he's managed to dink it over the keeper at 3-0, and we're cruising. Yeah, they had a couple of chances where I thought, okay, they maybe get back into this, but there's a decision about the free kick, which we said no silly fouls or free kicks to give away because they are good in an aerial presence and they're from set pieces. But yeah, they end up scoring from that free kick. Gives them a little bit of confidence and a bit of belief. I think we go on the attack a couple more times, can't convert. 3-1. I think there's about 20 minutes to play or something like that. And then about 2 or 3 minutes later, we concede a penalty for a handball, which, depending on who you ask, it is. Some people say it isn't. I'm not going to comment on that one, but yeah, obviously he converts it 3-2, and then sort of thinking then time's going. Let's try and see this out, play football. But at this point, we know there's a couple of lads that have absolutely run their socks off, giving us everything. We're 75-80 minutes in, and they've pressed and hunted and chased everything down, and there's nothing left in the tank. A couple of injuries as well with forced changes. I think we lost a lot of energy in midfield when Ben Jarvis had to come off. He was absolutely exceptional until that point as well. But yeah, there was 98th minute, looking at our watch and we're thinking this is going to be it, and they put one ball into the box and there's a man there at the back stick to equalise at 3-3, and we've unfortunately blown a 3-0 lead. 10 minutes in total stoppage time the referee played in a 45-minute period. I don't particularly understand where the 10 minutes come from, but there we go, that's football. But yeah, obviously we had to dig deep. Both teams at that point as well, down to 10 men. We said discipline and things like that were important in a game if we wanted to win it. But yeah, we were both in the same boat, both teams lost player. And then we said, if we'll go on and win this, but we did say, and we always say, if we get beaten by a team that outworks us, we won't accept that. If we get beaten by a team that scores an absolute worldie and they win 1-0 or whatever, we'll have to accept that, because sometimes football, that's just one of the parcels of life. Yeah, to be fair to the substitute, he's come on and he's picked it up and he's absolutely laced it into the top corner of the stanchion, and there's no chance Els is getting there. I don't think any keeper in the world's going to get there. And it's 4-3, and a lot of the lads I look around and they are dejected and deflated. But we dug in and we worked on fitness, a huge part. We started pre-season early, a lot of work from Guz, Penn Phoenix legend, with the fitness side early in the pre-season, and we thought that would always shine through in the end. The testament, the grit, determination, and that was exemplified by Harley pressing in that corner, when they're 4-3 up and we're looking for a goal, and he's basically sprinted the whole length of the pitch to try and get the tackle in, and he makes a tackle, and it's met by an absolute incredible, one of the loudest cheers of the game, because he's come in and he's taken the ball away from that lad who's one-on-one with the keeper, and that just shows how hard he worked today. For me, he was, I'll cover more about it in a minute, but he's absolutely phenomenal. He was everywhere. But yeah, 121st, 122nd minute, whatever it was, there's one man that I thought, it would fall to. It was going to probably not be him. He never scored a goal in senior football on a Saturday. So I was there's no one we wanted more to get that goal than Scott Maguna. He's a credit to this club. He's a credit to himself. The work he puts in off the field in terms of running and training and things like that. He never moans about minutes played, whether he gets 5, 10, 90, 45, whatever. He just gets on with it and does his best for the team, and he's done that for the last 10, 15 years in Saturday football for this club. And for him to just glance that header in the 122nd minute, the absolute scenes, the emotions, the adrenaline of everything, it was incredible. And I'll be honest, I thought, and people would say, oh, you'd always say that, but I thought as soon as that goal went in, it was 4-4, I thought we're never going to lose on penalties. With the quality of penalty takers we've got, I saw that on Thursday in training, we did a little bit, and the quality of our goalkeeper. Elliot saved multiple penalties down in Bournemouth in the Welsh Cup, the qualifying rounds at the start of the season, and as soon as it came to penalties, I had full faith in that guy to make them saves, and our lads to put it in. And again on Harley, 20 years old, he's just played 120 minutes, he's ran more kilometres on that pitch than anyone, and he's stepped up and said, I'll have the first penalty, and he absolutely puts it when no keeper's saving it. It's an incredible show of character and a testament to who he is. For me, he was my man of the match. He was absolutely everywhere. He gave everything, blood, sweat, tears. I wouldn't be surprised if he couldn't walk for the next week, but he's the type of guy that will get on with it. Junction on Wednesday in the league, and he'll want to play 90 minutes again. No, it was incredible, but a fantastic game. Obviously, Kimmel Bay, a huge fight back, 3-0 down. Some would say dead and buried, and then they come back 4-3 in the lead, and then it's heartbreak for them. It's jubilation for us, 122nd minute, and we went on penalties. Grim way to lose it, but someone has to, unfortunately, and the lads have worked so hard throughout the season and dug deep, and never give up attitude is a testament to what they've achieved with this cup win. So yeah, incredibly proud, and I think I spoke to a few people after the game, and they've said it's one of the best football games they've seen locally, especially. So yeah, fantastic game of football, fantastic result in the end. Would we have liked it to be done in 90 minutes and easier? Yes, but football is never easy, so yeah, very happy.
Talking about Harley and man of the matches, I can't even put into words of how good he was yesterday, both attacking and defensively. What could you even say about it?
10 out of 10 performance, and the lads that know me, I don't ever give 10s out quite frequently, but I'll always say, if someone says, oh, XYZ, you were a 10 out of 10 today, I'll say you're probably an 8. But today, Harley for me was a 10 out of 10. Going forward, obviously he took his goal extremely well, gambled, being proactive instead of reactive, the ball over the top, defender misses it and he just loops it over the keeper. It's a fantastic finish. And the passion he showed when he scored that goal is a testament to how hard he's worked. He's had 2 horrendous injuries to his knees at 20 years old. To come back and fight back and get himself fit and starting every week and playing every week and doing training and extra runs and gym sessions and boxing sessions and everything, to get himself to the level where he is now, he's a true athlete and a fantastic human. He's one of the nicest people I know as well. I've coached him since he was 15, 16 at various different clubs and levels of football. And to have him here playing now with his best friends is something he's always wanted, so I'm glad we can make that happen and winning trophies with his friends. But going back to his performance, I don't think there was any blade of grass, so to speak, that would be left unturned by him yesterday. He was everywhere. A few Kimmel Bay lads I know, they said they would call him a menace. He was a nuisance. He was absolutely everywhere. You think you're getting away from him, and he just ends up coming out of nowhere, putting a foot in, making a challenge, blocking shots. He sprinted, as I said, he sprinted the whole length of the pitch near enough. When we were 4-3 down, we were pushing bodies forward in a 1v1, and he's come in and taken the ball so well, won it back and got us back on the attack again. I don't know many players, especially after 115, 116 minutes, that would be able to do that, but that just goes to show the willpower and the mental strength as well as physical fitness that lad has. He's a credit to himself and he's a credit to this club with his performance yesterday. He was 100% my man of the match.